Hi, my advanced art kids. Okay, here's what we did today. So we've been working on fashion design. By the way, I'm wearing my very fashionable robe because it is PJ day today, right? So we're working on fashion design. So we've done a bunch of sketches and learned how to do different fashion sketches. And now we're going to start working on our thumbnail sketches that we're going to take towards your own design. So just kind of to fast forward a little bit, this whole entire project will be due Friday. It's not massive. You're going to have 4 different thumbnail sketches and then get some feedback and actually take one of those to final. But I will say this is going to be summative because everything we're doing now is the skills you're using on thumbnail. I gave you feedback when we did the numerology, and so you will be getting a summative a summative grade on this. So let's go ahead and let me talk a little bit about starting your thumbnail sketches. So thumbnail sketches, remember, are really quick sketches, things that you sketch out. They are not super detailed. They're to get ideas down on paper. They don't have to be colored either. Nowhere in my grading, and I'll show you the rubric, do I say color, although you're welcome to play around with it. Everyone needs to decide how thumbnail sketches are best used for you. But I will say, if you're taking an hour per thumbnail sketch, you're not doing it right. It should really take 10, 15 minutes maximum. It's how you get ideas on paper. So when you're going to start this in your process journal, go ahead and write it down as C2, thinking creatively. You are going to create 4 quick thumbnail sketches for your fashion ideas, and it will be a summative grade. This is my standard for all year is 4 thumbnail sketches. We practice first with numerology for 2, but now it's always going to be 4. The reason I do 4 is when you go into high school art and you're doing quick thumbnail sketches, they require 10. So I like to do that intermediate, get you used to doing it, so that when you go to high school, it's really the same concept, but it's just adding on to it, right? So here's some samples. If you're looking at this, and I'll go over the rubric in a minute, notice, but a 5-6 on thumbnails sketches you are getting your ideas down on paper. There's not a ton of details in it, but there are different looks to them and quick sketches, and you can see what the overall design is going to look like. Here's some that are a little bit more detailed. These are some samples of some guy clothing. The reason they're more detailed, they have some of the fold lines. They've got shoes. See, these guys they haven't dealt with shoes or accessories or anything like that, just basic shape of the dresses. In here, you actually have a little bit more detail. You do have some parts to the face. You have some folding. You see, the length of things and how they fit and the shoes and the belts and those kind of things. So this would be a little bit more like the 7-8 range. Okay. And you'll see it says details, not gender. That will make sense in just a minute. So just for these are your examples of thumbnail. Let's head to Otis so I can show you how I'm going to grade you. Okay. So here we are, thumbnail sketches. It's IB criteria C2. Demonstrate the exploration of ideas to shape artistic intention through to a point of realization. All right, so what does that really mean? That means that you are exploring a bunch of ideas that you're going to take to your final. And your final might not be one of those. It might be what we call Frankenstein it, which means you take your ideas and then combine the best ideas to come up with a final. But let's just go through this really quick. So if you're getting in the 1-2, 1 means you have one incomplete sketch or no evidence of completion. But a 2, which is still beginning stages, only 1 out of the 4. A 3-4 basically are 2 to 3 sketches. They have adequate details, very simple though, kind of hard to see your design. A 5-6 means you have substantial sketches. Once again, when I go back to the fashion design, this is the 5-6 range. You have substantial details. I can tell the cuts of the dresses you're designing. So what's the difference between the 2? A 4 is substantial, but you're only using one gender model. So for all 4 of your sketches, you're only sketching female or you're only sketching male. My goal is that you become kind of proficient. You might have a favorite, but that you explore both male and female in your thumbnail sketches. That's what we practiced on. A 6 means 4 substantial sketches, but you break out of the box and at least one of them is choosing a different gender. You might do 3 girl sketches and 1 guy, or vice versa. That's fine, but I want you to explore, doing some different kind of sketches. And what is mastery on a thumbnail sketch? Well, let's go back here again. A thumbnail sketch has a little bit more detail for sure. This is detailed. Like I can see where the folds are. I can see a little bit of shading in it. The stitching maybe, things that are unique. Even if you start to explore a tiny bit of color, you don't have to color the entire thing in order to get a 7/8. That's really not what this is for. But it is about starting to look at it and say, okay, what can I do to this to make it better before I take it to my final? So a 7 means 4 detailed sketches. At least one of your 4 includes a male and female model in it together. The other 3 can be only one model. So I'm looking for you to have a pair, a girl and a guy in one of your sketches together. They go together somehow. And then the 8 is when you're taking that and you're doing a theme. Maybe you're doing prom. So he's in a formal and she's in a formal and their outfits go together. Maybe you're looking at beachwear and their outfits go together. That is what I'm looking for. You have at least 2 of your 4 that include a male and a female and really looking at what that looks like. Here you have a male and female, but maybe their outfits don't go together. They might be standing next to each other, but they're not color coordinated or anything. Okay, so that's what I want for your thumbnail sketches. I am looking for you to start this today. Check in with me on Tuesday because we don't have Monday. Check in with me on Tuesday, and then Wednesday be ready to break into small groups to get feedback from others. So that in order to be on track, you really need your thumbnail sketches done when you walk into class on Wednesday. Okay, hope that answers your questions. And if not, of course, you can always email me. And then if not, have a fantastic 3-day weekend. Bye.